All right, hello there, and welcome to another Starfield recap. So, this is the week of the 18th, Monday. This is obviously I'm recording this on Monday. We'll be going up on Tuesday. So, I suppose the first big thing to talk about this week is the Xbox showcase at Gamescom, or the Gamescom, which for anyone that don't familiar, Gamescom is a very big gaming kind of convention in Cologne, Germany. It's kind of like if you imagine E3, but instead of E3 being obviously more for kind of journalists and game kind of websites. Gamescom is more for kind of the fans and stuff. Yeah, so Xbox will be at Gamescom, which makes sense. They will be there. There will be two streams they will be doing. So Wednesday and Thursday, both streams will start at 2 p.m. GMT, 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern time, 3 p.m. in German time, 11 p.m. in Australian Eastern time, I believe. So yeah, so Wednesday, I'll be streaming I'll be doing a kind of a stream watch party on the Wednesday, and on the Thursday at 2 p.m. I'll probably start a little bit earlier. So, what do we know about Gamescom regarding Starfield? Nothing. We know that Bethesda are going to be there. They've confirmed they're going to be there, but we don't know anything about Starfield. Now, this is where Crimson's speculation comes into, play. We last year's Gamescom, we got the trailer and some more stuff from for the Shattered Space expansion. We had oh, ship just took off. Lovely. We had Tim Lamb basically come out and kind of give a little bit of information, not too much. To be honest, looking back at that interview, I feel like he probably wasn't really told what he can and can't say, so he opted to say very little. So I would assume if there's going to be any sort of content releasing this year regarding Starfield, we will get information at Gamescom. If there's going to be the new expansion, we're going to get it at Gamescom. Now, obviously, there's been the rumors. I should have took my ship off. Now, obviously, there's been the rumors in Starfield the rumors of, the DLC and the PlayStation being postponed, but again, I don't know how true that is, and honestly, I think that we need some content from Bethesda. So, looking at kind of the games that are going to be headlining it, the only thing really that says anything about Bethesda specifically is they're on the games lineup on the day one. The headline games are going to be the Xbox Ally, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, Dying Light the Beast, Keeper, World of Warcraft Midnight, Call of Duty Black Ops 7, Grounded 2. And then the supporting titles are Hotel Barcelona, Invincible Versus, Chronos The New Dawn, Final Fantasy Remake, Outbound, Power Wash Sims, Star, Sand Island, and then Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, The Order of Giants. I believe that's the new DLC for it. And then on the Thursday, the headline games are Ninja Gaiden 4, At Fate's End, Onimusha, Way of the Sword, Age of Empire 4, Overwatch 2, High on Life 2, The Outer Worlds 2, and then the supporting titles are Jurassic World Evolution 3, Fragpunk, Mistfall Hunter, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, Final Fantasy Tactics, My Hero Academia, Silent Hill F, Lego Voyagers, and Metal Gear Solid Delta Eater. Now, I know for a fact that there is going to be more information just because Crimson's gotten back into Fallout 76, and I've been reading up a bit about that, and there is apparently a really big expansion coming for Fallout 76 this winter that is going to be massive, and Gamescom would be honestly one of the best places to showcase it. So yeah, so we know that Bethesda are going to be at it, obviously with the Indiana Jones, but I'm assuming, we're going to get some more info. What info we're going to get regarding Starfield, I don't know. Hopefully something. Yeah, I mean, it would be really awesome to kind of get some new information. Like, we know that Bethesda are working on content, as given by the most recent patch where they accidentally leaked that they were working on ship-related stuff, and then they pulled that stuff back. But yeah, that's so I will be streaming that on the Wednesday and the Thursday from the 2 p.m. I will probably put the stream up like a half an hour before, do a bit of talking and stuff. But yeah, so it should be fun. I mean, there's a couple of games I'm excited to kind of check out. I'm excited to see Dying Light the Beast, just because Dying Light, and see what they're doing with Grounded. Also, Power Wash Simulator is like a kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. And then on the other day, I mean, probably Jurassic World Evolution is the only game there that kind of excites me. But yeah, so let's pray. Let's pray that if you do pray. If you don't pray, obviously don't. But let's pray that we get some Starfield related content. Will we? Probably fucking not. But yeah, that's pretty much it regarding that. So we'll talk a little bit more about last week. So last week, as a recap, talked a little bit about a system, an issue with the Bethesda refund system, and essentially paid creators or verified creators were able to pull their content from like basically the website and basically pull it from sale, and anyone who purchased it would have no way of really knowing until they go and delete and reinstall their mods and then be like, oh, this mod doesn't exist. And Bethesda haven't been kind of issuing automatic refunds. Now since then, I haven't really seen much else regarding. Bethesda have said nothing, which again was a weird one. I kind of expected them to say something regarding the whole situation with the paid mod stuff, because as we know, if you're going and buying paid mods and then there's the risk that a mod author could pull the paid mod at any point, it's just that's not a good look for them from a business point of view. And I am not a solicitor or a lawyer or a legal advisor, but it doesn't seem legally binding. It seems a bit questionable. I've seen a few people have mentioned that there's been a few mods they've like kind of redid their load order, and a few mods were non-existent, and a lot of the time was referencing kind of more free mods, because that can happen. Like, as always, if you have a mod in your load order, 99 times out of 100, even if that mod gets deleted, that mod will still stay in your load order. However, if you were to delete the mod and it gets deleted, you won't be able to re-download it. That's always been a kind of a thing with Bethesda sort of stuff. But yeah, a little bit of information too regarding this. So I know that recently there's been a pretty decent paid mod collection this week. And there's one in particular. There is a let me get the exact name of it. Hold on now, Crimson's here. Where is it? There's a new weapon added. Check what it was called. Where is it? Yeah, so the Antimatter Solutions AM-X05 plasma rifle by Tujb. So it is a plasma rifle. You may be wondering, Crimson, why have you not covered it? And I'm going to tell you the reason I've not covered it. Because the mod author who has made that plasma rifle has also made the Ryugen revolver, or the Raijin, sorry, not Ryugen. Which is a if you've watched my channel, I've spoke about it a few times. Pretty cool revolver, but it currently breaks your game, and it's been unpatched for the longest time ever. And recently, the mod author reached out to me to ask if I would be willing to review their new weapon, the plasma rifle. And they basically said, like they didn't want to kind of coerce me into doing it or giving a positive review, but they were willing to send me the files and stuff. Now, this is quite normal. Occasionally, mod authors will reach out to me and send me information, or they'll send me their mod for free, which I appreciate, but I can't really do it anymore because I do my reviews primarily on Xbox. It just doesn't work that way. Now, I initially hit them up and asked them my first question to them, which was, have you patched the revolver? And they basically said, and obviously I'm kind of talking about, you know, DMs, which is a private thing, but I suppose it's not really that private because obviously we talked about nothing, you know, nothing kind of, you know, private or anything in that regard. But basically they said that they have not fixed the issue yet, and they weren't really sure what the issue was, and they only recently bought an Xbox to fix it. And then I basically said to them that that I will let me know when you fix the revolver. They said they're going to fix the revolver, and they're also going to add some more stuff to kind of as an apology. And I said, well, when the patch goes live for that, let me know, and I'll do a video, and then I'll obviously review your other mod. But until then, I won't. And they were like, that's fair. Now, so a couple of things, and this is just me kind of... So the first thing I will say is, like, I don't know, first of all, why it took the mod author so long to even respond. Like, the fact that the mod author has kind of reached out to me and kind of asked if I've wanted to review it makes me think that they're aware that I review content, but the fact that they kind of haven't fixed the gun itself, or haven't been aware that that their weapon has been a kind of a key talking point on my channel when it comes to questionable kind of paid mods and paid mod practices. Again, it makes me think that the mod author maybe might not be as aware. And again, that kind of makes sense because I think one of the things I said when I kind of, you know, when I went back and looked at the gun several months later was that, like, this mod author must not be, you know, checking Reddit or YouTube or anything like that for kind of patches or feedback and stuff like that, because I'm pretty sure, like, immediately after the revolver came out, a few people mentioned the penetrator round and stuff. Now, one of the things I noticed, so I haven't reviewed this, obviously I won't review the new weapon because, again, I don't even know if I will, to be honest. Because, like, in one way, it's, like, fair play to the mod author for, like, you know, like, kind of trying to, you know, redeem themselves, I suppose. But at the same time, it's like, you're aware that the paid weapon mod that you put out is broken. And while you're planning on working on fixing it, instead of just devoting your time to just that, you decide to put out a second paid mod that apparently has some of the same issues as the first mod. Because I noticed someone was informed me that both the Ryzen revolver and this new Antimatter Solutions AMX weapon, the spawn rate is set extremely high, meaning that you're going to just find only that gun and not really a whole lot of anything else. Which obviously that's not... I suppose that's not the hugest deal if, you know, you want to see the weapon appear. But yeah, like, the whole thing is just, like, it's just a weird one because, like, the mod author is clearly, like, trying, but at the same time, like, they're not even aware of, like, what's going on because, like, as we know, Prof, you know, legendary mod author and fixer of things and, you know, maker of all the cool UI gun stuff, and also the new handler of the Redux weapon. Very cool. They went and made a fix for it, a patch, and it's like, how the fuck has Tujbe, how have they not found out about this patch and just hit up Prof and was like, yo, Prof, I see you patched the thingy, could you kind of give me heads up on, like, what's wrong with it so I can fix it myself? Now, I was told, this was back quite a while ago, when I did my weapon review, when I did the video basically talking about how the weapon has still been broken, like, months later, I had a mod author reached out to me and said that the Tuge was aware of it, and, you know, like, it was a simple fix, they're gonna fix it. Now, this was months and months ago, and nothing ever came out of it. So I guess the reason I'm kind of bringing this up is obviously, one, to kind of highlight that, like, to kind of point out that if you are a mod author, and specifically if you are a paid mod author, First of all, don't even dare put your mods, paid mods, on Xbox if you're not willing to test them yourself. And yes, you can have people test your mods for you, and that's perfectly fine. But you should always be the kind of the final, the final factor on testing stuff. Because the amount of times I've done my reviews and I've found bugs almost instantly, and I will hit up the mod author, because if the mod author is, if they're reputable, and if the bugs are kind of minor, and for the mod author to be like, damn, like none of the people testing it like found, any of these issues and stuff, and it can happen. It's very possible. I know, um, I know, I've seen instances. We're talking on the stream, and there was one anecdotal instance with another mod author, where there was like a bug that would only happen on their version of the mod, but no one else's version, and they were really confused. They got it fixed anyway. But like, bugs can happen, and like I could review a mod, right, and the mod could work perfectly for me, and then you could review it and the mod could be very broken. Now, a lot of the time that can be down to conflicts if you're using multiple mods. I tend to be very vanilla. I don't use any other mods when I do the reviews. So it's kind of the best case scenario where if a bug's going to appear, it'll appear, but not always. That's why I'm always like, I'm always saying like, oh, when I do this review, if you have any issues, let me know so that I can in turn let the mod author know. But yeah, that being said, don't put your mods out on Xbox if you're not going to test it on Xbox. There's easy ways to test mods on Xbox. You don't have to buy a Series S, but I would recommend buying one, because the Series S is kind of at the point where, like, if your mod works on that, it'll work on the X and stuff like that. Obviously, with the kind of the tariffs and stuff, that the Series S's have went up a fair bit. You used to be able to get them like €250. Now they're like $350 over here, which is kind of hilarious, because like that's kind of very expensive, an extra €100 for the S. But yeah, and so obviously with that being said, yeah, now the second thing I would recommend to mod authors who are doing, and this is obviously to both, but mainly to paid mod authors, because they're the ones that kind of you can get more critical about. If you put out a paid mod, right, as soon as that paid mod goes live, right, the first week you should be going on Reddit, you should be searching the name of your paid mod on Google, and you should be looking at Reddit. You should, because there's a Reddit page dedicated. Sorry, I had a bit of a spasm. Dedicated to mod reviews and kind of people giving their opinion on them. So check that, because if there's any issues, people are going to mention it. Check YouTube. 9 times out of 10, if a paid mod comes out, I will review it. And there will be other channels that will also review it, so you have multiple kind of avenues. And you should really, because that's the thing, right? Like, modding is always, it's like a passion thing, right? It's like a passion project, it's like a hobby, right? But when you go the route of doing paid mods, it's no longer a passion, it's no longer a hobby. Like, that's now a job for you, And you have to be, not only you have to go into do the marketing, you're going to have to do the support and the feedback and all that sort of stuff, and that's all on you. That's not on Bethesda, Like, Bethesda will QA your stuff, but Bethesda shouldn't be the ones to, because Bethesda's QA realistically is probably only looking for copyright content, things that can get them. Excuse me, sorry, yawning. Apologies there. They're only going to be looking for copyright content that could get them in hot water. Like, you've seen issues of like AI voice acting and stuff that have kind of slipped through, because realistically, on first glance, Bethesda aren't looking for that. So yeah, never rely on Bethesda to do the testing for you, because if you watch my channel, you've seen a lot of mods that I've reviewed that have gotten past Bethesda, and I'm like, how the fuck did that happen? But yeah, you should intentionally be going and like looking up for feedback about your mods in general, and be prepared for, one of the best ways to kind of do it is obviously Reddit, but in your mods, like if you have a Discord, which I think you need a Discord, Just at the very least, just mention your username and be like, if you want me, just at me in the Bethesda Discord. I do that on occasion. I will go in and hit up, because obviously with how Discord does kind of the DMs and the friends sort of system and stuff, if you try to like add someone, they might not realize you added them, and if you try and send them a DM and their DM will be turned off. So going into a server that they're also in and just adding them is one of the best ways to get in contact with them, and I've done it a few times. And yeah, like I feel like if you're not willing to do like the bare minimum of like, testing on your Xbox yourself and checking online for feedback, I don't think you should be making paid mods. Honestly, it's because it's just I guess that's all there really is to say about that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. Obviously, I will be, so tomorrow I am going to be doing so my live streams kind of changed up a bit. So initially it used to be Tuesday and Wednesday is when I do my live streams, and usually they were kind of other games. Excuse me, I apologize. I'm not long up. I had to like wake up early to make an appointment with the vet. Timmy has an ear infection, I think, so I'm basically not long awake. I'm not a very morning person, more of a night owl. But anyway, yeah. So Tuesday, it was like my streamings was Tuesday and Wednesday at about 6 p.m. and then Friday at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday at 10 p.m. The Friday and Saturday streams were always Starfield, and the Tuesday and Wednesday stream, or the Tuesday and Wednesday streams were always kind of usually mixed. But I have opted to do Tuesday streams will now be Starfield, and we'll do a kind of a live kind of, like we'll attempt it. We'll attempt it this week. We'll do like a live kind of mod review, I suppose, which will be interesting. I'll obviously go and like re-record the video for video purposes. But yeah, if you're interested in kind of seeing a live reaction to a paid mod review, then by all means, yeah, look forward to that. And then the Wednesday stream will probably be, I'm honest, I've been playing a lot of 76, so I might do a 76 stream Wednesday. So Tuesday 6 p.m. I will be doing Starfield. Wednesday 6 p.m. 76, and then Friday and Saturday 7:30 and 10 I will be doing Starfield. Now obviously, once again, Wednesday and Thursday at 2 p.m. I will be doing the streams, the Xbox at Gamescom streams, so don't forget that. Write it down, put it in your notepad, because you're gonna get to enjoy watching Crimson slowly lose hope as we see nothing about Starfield yet again. You never know, you might see Crimson shit himself. Also, we are close to, I say we're close, I mentioned this, but like realistically, how close we are, that's very dependent regarding sub-related stuff. Currently, we are sitting on 9,642 subs. I'm averaging about 300 subs a month. When we hit 10k subs, we will do a special we'll do like a special stream. I'll try to do like a 10-hour stream of just kind of like messing around, playing, just a bit of fun, to hit the celebration. So if you want to see that, if you watch my content and you aren't subbed, what the fuck not? The least you could do is sub. You know the amount of effort I have to put in fucking checking these paid mods and making Starfield news? It's not fucking easy. It's not like Bethesda talks to anything. No, but I'm joking. But yeah, it should be fun. Hopefully it won't be a repeat of my my thingy stream. My charity stream. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully next week's recap we will have news on Starfield, potentially best case scenario new content. I mean, second best case scenario a trailer, worst case scenario Crimson's doing the No Man's Sky recap. No, I'm joking. But yeah, That's pretty much it, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and catch you in the next one. Bye bye.